Welcome back to Auto Review, the channel where we bring classic automotive history back to life. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of machinery from the post-war era, the 1945 Nissan TW12. This rare and often overlooked vehicle tells a compelling story of resilience, engineering, and early innovation in Japan's automotive industry. The TW12 was a commercial truck rather than a typical passenger car, developed during a time when Japan was just emerging from the devastation of World War II. Nissan, which had played a significant role in military production during the war, transitioned its focus to rebuilding the economy through utility vehicles. The TW12 was one of the first trucks Nissan produced in the immediate aftermath, and it showcases the company's ability to adapt to post-war challenges. Let's begin with the exterior. The TW12's design is utilitarian, as expected from a commercial truck of the 1940s, but there's something quite charming about its no-nonsense approach. The front fascia is marked by a flat, vertical grille flanked by round headlamps mounted on either side. The hood is long and boxy, made from heavy-gauge steel, giving it a rugged and industrial presence. The fenders are standalone, bolted to the chassis and left exposed, which was common for trucks of that era. It rides on large steel wheels with a relatively high ground clearance, designed to handle rough, unpaved roads. Unlike modern trucks that aim for aerodynamic efficiency, the TW12 was all about strength and durability. The body panels are thick, the frame is ladder-type and reinforced, and the overall build quality is solid enough to withstand the rigors of heavy cargo transport. Most models were painted in military-inspired hues like olive drab, navy gray, or utilitarian black, which added to its tough character. Now stepping inside the cabin, you'll find a surprisingly functional yet extremely Spartan interior. Comfort wasn't the primary goal here, instead, the focus was on reliability and ease of maintenance. The dashboard is made of simple metal, painted to match the exterior, and features only the essential gauges, a speedometer, fuel gauge, and a few indicator lights. The steering wheel is large and thin-rimmed, making it easier to maneuver despite the absence of power steering. The seating is minimal, just a flat bench seat made of a wooden base and thin padding covered in vinyl or canvas. There's no sound insulation, no advanced ventilation, and definitely no infotainment system. What it lacks in luxury, it makes up for in raw mechanical charm. Being in the TW12 feels like you're in the cockpit of a machine built purely for purpose, a feeling that is rare in today's world of digital dashboards and touchscreens. Under the hood, the TW12 is powered by a 3.7-liter inline-six gasoline engine. This engine, though not powerful by today's standards, delivered dependable performance for its time. It produced around 75 to 85 horsepower, with torque figures in the neighborhood of 150 pound-feet. Power was sent to the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual transmission. Acceleration was not the focus here, rather, the engine was designed for torque at low RPMs, enabling it to haul heavy loads with relative ease. Top speed maxed out around 50 to 55 miles per hour, which was more than sufficient for the narrow, uneven roads of the era. The suspension setup was simple yet effective, using leaf springs both front and rear. Braking was handled by drum brakes on all 4 wheels, which required a firm foot but delivered consistent performance for the truck's weight class. Fuel economy wasn't great by modern standards, hovering around 10 to 12 miles per gallon depending on the load and driving conditions. But again, efficiency wasn't the goal. The TW12 was built to get the job done under difficult conditions, and in that regard, it excelled. In terms of pricing, the original cost of the TW12 in 1945 is difficult to pin down due to the lack of standardized pricing in post-war Japan and fluctuating economic conditions. However, it was considered a significant investment for businesses and government agencies. Most of the TW12 units were purchased by public utilities, postal services, and construction companies. Today, surviving examples are extremely rare and mostly found in museums or private collections. If one were to go on sale, a well-preserved or restored TW12 could fetch anywhere between $30,000 to $50,000 depending on condition and originality. Collectors prize this vehicle not only for its historical value but also for its role in Japan's recovery after World War II. It represents a turning point for Nissan, a shift from wartime production to peacetime progress. The 6TW12 may not be flashy or fast, but it's a symbol of endurance, craftsmanship, and the beginning of Japan's journey to becoming a global automotive powerhouse. If you're someone who appreciates industrial design, historical context, and the mechanical honesty of vintage trucks, the Nissan 6TW12 is a true gem. It's a reminder of how far we've come, and how strong foundations are often built with the simplest of tools. Thanks for watching this detailed review of the 1945 Nissan 6TW12. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a classic piece of automotive history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode from Auto Review. See you in the next one.